Dear Libra, what if the uneasy feeling moving through your home this week is not here to disturb your peace, but to guide you toward the breakthrough your spirit has quietly been waiting for? What if the universe placed a hidden blessing inside something that first feels emotional or uncertain? If this message found you around June 9th and 10th, trust that it was not accidental. Part of you was already sensing this shift before you pressed play. This is not simply about astrology. It is about becoming aware of the energy moving beneath your everyday life. In this video, we are stepping into an important message for Libra during this mid-year turning point, where something inside your personal world is beginning to rearrange itself. What feels emotionally unsettled may actually be the moment clarity enters places where confusion has quietly lingered too long. There may be tension inside the home, an unexpected realization, or a shift in stability that changes how you view something you once trusted. Yet beneath that movement, another energy is beginning to rise. Your abundance is not disappearing, Libra. It is moving in a new direction. Close your eyes for a moment and breathe deeply. Have you noticed how different the atmosphere around you feels lately? Almost like the air inside your space carries a quiet pressure that can no longer be ignored. You are not imagining this feeling. What you are experiencing is an emotional recalibration, pulling your attention toward truths that have remained unspoken for too long. Astrologically, Pluto in Capricorn continues pressing against the foundations of what once felt secure, while the moon's movement from Leo into Virgo turns your focus inward toward emotional patterns unfolding within your family or inner circle. Then comes the energy surrounding June 10th, bringing a moment that may feel uncomfortable at first, yet quietly opens the door to honesty, release, and renewed flow. What first feels disruptive may actually reveal where your life is finally ready to expand. In tarot, the Tower appears when emotional structures can no longer carry the weight of truth. The Ten of Pentacles speaks of stability, shared resources, legacy, and long-term abundance, while Justice reminds you that balance always finds its way back. So if something feels emotionally or financially shaken this week, understand what this moment truly is. You are not being punished, Libra. You are being repositioned. Your foundation is beginning to realign with the life your spirit is ready to receive. This message is more than a horoscope. It is a moment of awareness, and you are not moving through it alone. Thank you for being here, for every comment, every kind word, and every time you return to this space. Your energy matters more than you realize, and your presence is part of something meaningful unfolding in real time. Ask yourself honestly, have you noticed unusual shifts inside your home or within yourself lately? Have dreams lingered longer than usual, or has silence begun speaking louder than words? If this energy feels familiar, do not ignore it. Share your experience below and allow this moment to be acknowledged. Say, "I claim what's meant for me. I'm ready to receive." Or simply type 222 to anchor yourself into this new season of alignment and emotional clarity. Stay with me until the end, Libra, because what we are about to uncover may help you understand this shift more deeply and reveal why your soul was meant to encounter this message now. It often begins quietly, Libra, a strange feeling you cannot explain, a dream that lingers after morning, or a conversation at home that suddenly reaches deeper than expected. But the energy around June 9th and 10th no longer feels distant or easy to dismiss. It is moving beneath your life like a current under still water, asking you not only to notice it, but to allow it to reveal what your spirit already senses. Pluto remains in Capricorn, pressing against your emotional foundation, your home, your family patterns, and the place where safety and identity have intertwined for years. Pluto does not work gently with illusion. Its purpose is transformation through truth, through realizations that change how you see your life from the inside out. If something hidden beneath the surface involves finances, emotional imbalance, resentment, or an outdated understanding of security, this energy is beginning to bring it forward. Around June 9th and 10th, the atmosphere shifts in a way that asks you to look deeper than your reactions. It is no longer only about what you feel, but about understanding why certain patterns continue asking for your attention. You may begin noticing who holds emotional influence within your space, whose needs have shaped the atmosphere around you, and where your own truth has adjusted itself simply to keep the peace. Some conversations or realizations may feel uncomfortable at first, yet within that discomfort, something important begins clearing. Clarity often arrives softly before it changes everything. As this energy unfolds, an unexpected shift may open a door you did not realize was waiting for you. A financial realization, a change within family dynamics, or a moment that first feels unfair may slowly reveal itself as the redirection your life truly needed. This is where Libra begins understanding that the universe is not working against you. It is guiding you away from what has drained your spirit and toward what finally supports your growth. The energy of 222 feels especially strong around this moment, carrying the vibration of alignment, restored balance, and emotional recalibration. It speaks to relationships, inner harmony, and the quiet return of energy that has been scattered too long. If you have been giving endlessly without receiving the same care in return, this shift begins showing you where your energy truly belongs. When tension rises inside the home or emotional world, it does not always mean you have failed. Sometimes life shakes the atmosphere around you because your soul has outgrown the stability you once depended on. Often the thing we hold on to most tightly becomes the very thing preventing us from stepping into the peace we have been asking for. Something old is losing its hold because something more aligned is trying to enter your life. You are not unraveling, Libra. You are opening into a deeper understanding of what peace, balance, and emotional freedom are meant to feel like. And if this already speaks to something inside you, share it below. Say, "I am ready for the truth. I claim what is mine." Or simply write 222 to anchor this shift into your energy. This week, Libra, 3 powerful tarot energies are rising to the surface, uncovering what has quietly been shifting beneath your home life, relationships, and emotional world. The first is the Tower, a card often misunderstood because people focus only on its intensity instead of its purpose. The Tower is not here to destroy your life. It appears when emotional structures can no longer survive beneath illusion, when what once felt secure no longer supports who you are becoming. For you, this may appear through tension at home, a financial realization, or a truth that changes how you view safety, family, or emotional belonging. It may come through a conversation that finally says what has remained unspoken too long, or through a moment that makes certain patterns impossible to ignore. But this is not meaningless disruption. It is alignment, moving through spaces where honesty has been waiting to enter. Then comes the 10 of Pentacles, carrying themes of stability, shared resources, legacy, and long-term emotional security. Alongside the Tower, it suggests these shifts are preparing you for a more grounded and authentic form of abundance. Something in your life is being rearranged so you can finally recognize the value you were always meant to claim. After that movement comes justice, arriving like clarity after emotional fog. This card reminds you that balance is not simply something you wish for, it is something your spirit naturally seeks when truth is allowed to surface. Justice cuts through avoidance and emotional imbalance, so what has been uneven can begin returning to its proper place. Even if this process feels uncomfortable, it is also opening the door to freedom in ways you may not fully understand yet. Discomfort is often the beginning of awakening. The Tower asks for truth. The 10 of Pentacles reminds you of your value. Justice restores what imbalance tried to distort. So if June 9th and 10th bring emotional truths, difficult conversations, or decisions asking for honesty, do not turn away from them. Be brave enough to speak clearly, be calm enough to truly listen, and most importantly, trust yourself enough to recognize that your life is not unraveling. It is slowly rearranging itself into something far more aligned with who you are becoming. And if this message already feels connected to your journey, Libra, share it below. Say, I release what no longer serves me. I am ready for truth and abundance. Or simply type 222 as a sign that you are stepping into a more aligned version of yourself. You were never meant to silence your truth just to preserve temporary comfort. You were meant to grow into freedom, and truth is often the doorway that leads you there. There comes a season when familiar spaces begin feeling different, even before anything visibly changes. Libra, this energy feels especially strong around you now. The places that once brought comfort, your home, routines, and sense of stability, are beginning to reveal where imbalance has quietly existed beneath the surface. You have carried so much with patience, hoping things would eventually settle on their own. But this energy is no longer asking you to quietly endure what no longer feels aligned. Around June 9th and 10th, something may shift in a way that becomes difficult to ignore. A conversation, realization, financial matter, or unexpected moment inside your personal space may suddenly bring hidden emotions into focus. Some Libras may realize they have spent too much energy protecting harmony while leaving their own needs unspoken. For others, clarity may come through recognizing that someone trusted deeply has quietly blocked emotional or energetic growth. Yet this moment is not here to destroy you. It is a breakthrough unfolding beneath discomfort. The emotions rising now deserve honesty instead of silence. If tears come, let them move through you gently, as proof that you are finally releasing the illusion that peace must come at the expense of yourself. Behind this shift, something important is opening. Libra, this is the kind of moment that changes your direction once you stop pretending everything feels fine when it no longer does. Think of this less as punishment and more as emotional correction, guiding you back toward what feels honest and sustainable. Life does not remove what is truly meant for you. It reveals where false stability has asked you to settle for less than you deserve. For too long, you may have protected harmony by minimizing your truth, while others shaped the emotional atmosphere around you. But the energy is changing now. What remained hidden is slowly moving into the light, and what has been emotionally withheld is beginning to return. Sometimes people believe everything is falling apart, only to later realize they were being redirected toward a healthier life. Sometimes blessings arrive wrapped inside discomfort. Sometimes clarity first appears through confusion, heartbreak, or tension that interrupts familiar routines. But when you stay present instead of running from it, something deeper begins revealing itself. You begin noticing where your energy has been draining away and which patterns no longer align with your spirit. Libra, this is not the loss of your peace. It is the beginning of a more honest and abundant version of it. So do not turn away from what this energy is trying to show you. Let it guide you toward the version of yourself that no longer fears releasing what has already outlived its place in your life. You are not falling apart. You are waking up to a deeper understanding of freedom, balance, and emotional security. A new key is being placed in your hands, opening clarity, self-respect, emotional freedom, and a future where you no longer need to make yourself smaller just to maintain temporary peace. If this speaks to your heart, share your truth below. Comment, I am no longer afraid of the truth. I am ready for what belongs to me. Or simply type 222 to affirm that you are ready to step fully into this new chapter of alignment. Your emotions are not weakness, Libra. They are guiding you towards something far more meaningful than what is being left behind. If you have stayed with this message until now, Libra, then part of you already understands that you are not here simply to observe what is unfolding around you. Something inside you is ready for movement, honesty, and change that comes from a deeper place than fear or habit. The energy surrounding June 9th and 10th carries awareness and the feeling that your next chapter begins through the choices you make now. This moment is not about rushing toward answers or forcing results. It is about intention that feels emotionally aligned and real. When hidden emotions rise or truths begin asking for your attention, that is not your signal to retreat inward. It is your invitation to begin restoring balance in the spaces shaping your everyday life. Start with your home, Libra. The atmosphere around you often reflects the emotional energy you have been carrying inside yourself. If life has recently felt emotionally crowded or disconnected from peace, that energy may already be lingering quietly in your space. This is the time to refresh your environment with intention instead of simply cleaning around the edges. Open the windows and let fresh air move through your home. Pull back the curtains and allow sunlight to soften the heaviness that may have settled there. Use fresh flowers, jasmine incense, or calming oils like rose and sandalwood to shift the emotional atmosphere around you. Invite peace, honesty, emotional balance, and abundance to live here now. Then gently turn toward the places you may have avoided looking at too closely. Financial matters, shared agreements, or family responsibilities may hold important clarity during this time. The energy around these days carries realization, especially around your value, your boundaries, or how energy has been exchanged within important relationships. What comes into the light now is not appearing to shame or punish you. It is appearing so you can finally move forward without carrying confusion that no longer belongs in your life. Sometimes freedom begins the moment you acknowledge what your intuition sensed long before your mind could explain it. Then comes one of the most important steps of all, honest conversation. There may be truths you have held back to preserve harmony and truths you quietly fear hearing from others. Yet when you speak openly and listen without immediate defense, you create space where healing and emotional abundance can begin growing together. Even if emotions rise or conversations feel uncomfortable, honesty still brings more peace than silence ever could. And if this season leads you to create distance from a relationship or environment that no longer honors your emotional well-being, understand that this too can be sacred. Choosing yourself is not abandonment. Sometimes it is the clearest form of self-respect. Soft blue can encourage emotional clarity and calm communication. Sage green may help restore balance to the heart, while warm cream tones soften tension and create openness within the home. These energies quietly support the emotional atmosphere you are building around yourself. You are not powerless inside your own story. You are shaping what comes next through the energy you allow, the truth you accept, and the choices you are finally ready to make. Every small action taken now becomes part of your realignment, a declaration that you are no longer available for confusion, imbalance, or emotional depletion. You are ready for truth. You are making space for peace. You are opening yourself to a more honest form of abundance. And if this part of the message speaks directly to your heart, let it be known below. Comment, "I take sacred action. I prepare my space for alignment and abundance." Or simply type 222 to anchor this intention into your energy. The future is already beginning to shift, Libra. It is simply waiting for you to meet it with your next step. Libra, you are standing at an important threshold right now. Even if the path ahead feels uncertain, what is fading is not your true self, but the version of you that kept carrying responsibilities, expectations, and emotional patterns long after they stopped feeling aligned. The roles you accepted and the peace you tried so hard to maintain once served a purpose, but your spirit is beginning to realize they cannot follow you into the life you are growing toward. What you have been feeling lately is real. The urge to change your surroundings, shift the atmosphere of your home, or make your space feel emotionally lighter is not random. Whether it begins with clearing old belongings, rearranging furniture, or simply opening the windows and letting fresh air move through your space, something deeper is changing underneath those choices. At the center of it all is a transformation in the way you want to live and the energy you are willing to carry around you. You are beginning to notice how much of yourself you have given away just to avoid conflict or preserve comfort. Now your soul is asking for something more honest, spacious, and emotionally true to who you are becoming. You may also feel a stronger need for solitude during this time, not because you want to disconnect from others, but because your inner world needs quiet long enough to hear itself clearly again. Being alone now is not loneliness. It is a chance to reconnect with your own voice beneath the expectations and emotional noise that may have shaped your choices for too long. This is how your inner balance begins to recalibrate, Libra. Not through constant advice or outside approval, but through stillness, reflection, and the clarity that appears when you stop forcing yourself into roles that no longer fit your spirit. In that quiet space, you may begin realizing that certain identities within family, relationships, or social circles no longer feel emotionally honest. And that realization is not rebellion, it is awakening. You are allowed to grow beyond the expectations that once defined you. You are allowed to step away from dynamics that only recognize who you used to be, instead of supporting who you are becoming now. Honoring your truth is not abandoning others. In many ways, it creates the possibility for healthier and more honest connections. This process may feel uncomfortable at times, but growth rarely arrives without change. Like a seed beneath the soil, transformation often begins quietly before anyone sees what it is becoming. What feels uncertain now may actually be the beginning of a stronger emotional foundation taking shape inside your life. Right now, your spirit is asking you to trust what it already senses. When you release what no longer feels authentic, you create room for relationships, opportunities, and experiences that are more aligned with your emotional truth. Sometimes that blessing appears as a new environment, a clearer understanding of yourself, or a connection where you finally feel emotionally seen without needing to shrink yourself to fit inside it. But every shift like this begins with courage. The courage to release what has become too small for your spirit. The courage to move toward unfamiliar territory without needing every answer immediately. And the courage to believe that what truly belongs in your life will never ask you to betray yourself in order to keep it. Libra, you are not only changing your environment, you are changing the energy you carry into your relationships, your choices, and your future. And that energy will naturally begin attracting experiences that reflect the truth you are finally ready to live. This transformation is not happening because you forced it. It is unfolding because you are slowly allowing yourself to stop resisting who you have already become. If this message speaks to something inside you, let it be heard. Comment below, "I release the old, I make space for the life that truly honors me." Or simply type 222 to anchor this new alignment into your energy. Your home is becoming more than a place you return to, Libra. It is becoming a reflection of the person you are finally allowing yourself to be. Libra, if you are still here with this message, then understand this clearly. You were never just listening to words. You were recognizing a truth your spirit already knew. Deep down, a part of you has always understood that real abundance does not come through luck alone. It arrives when your life begins aligning with what feels emotionally honest and deeply true. During the energy surrounding June 9th and 10th, what first feels emotionally uncomfortable may actually be guiding you toward a new direction. Even uncertain moments are carrying movement within them. Life is quietly placing a key in your hands and asking whether you are finally ready to open the door waiting in front of you. Many people spend years chasing peace, abundance, or emotional security. But for you, Libra, this season is asking for something more meaningful. You do not need to chase what already exists within your spirit. You only need the courage to release the patterns, expectations, and environments that no longer reflect who you are becoming. And I know that process is not easy. Standing at the edge of change can make anyone question whether they are ready for it. But hear this clearly, you are not simply surviving this shift, you are growing through it. Whatever has surfaced recently is not here to break your spirit. It is creating space for something more aligned to enter your life. That is how transformation often begins, not by adding more pressure to an already exhausted heart, but by making room for what truly belongs there. You have already carried so much, reflected deeply, and waited longer than most people realize. Now the energy is asking you to stop shrinking around your desires and begin allowing yourself to receive. So ask yourself honestly, what am I still holding on to simply because it feels familiar? What truth have I avoided because I feared it would disturb the peace? And what might change if I trusted that this emotional shift is leading me toward freedom rather than away from it? Carry those questions gently through your home, your conversations, and your decisions. And when fear rises again, return to your center and remember what this season is really about. This is not punishment, it is emotional liberation. If this message touched something real inside you, let your voice be part of it. Share your thoughts below or simply write, "I'm ready to receive what belongs to me." You can also type 222 if you are anchoring this alignment into your energy, because even small declarations carry power when spoken with intention. And if this message brought you clarity or comfort today, take a moment to like the video, subscribe, and share it with someone who may need these words too. The energy you bring here matters more than you realize. This space is more than content alone. It is a place where people gather through honesty, growth, and emotional awakening. You are not being pushed out of alignment, Libra. You are being guided back toward it. Your life is not falling apart behind the scenes. It is slowly rearranging itself around the truth your soul is finally ready to live. And the abundance you once thought you had to chase may already be moving toward you the moment you stop resisting the changes leading you there. Stay with this energy a little longer. Sometimes one sentence, one realization, or one honest moment with yourself becomes the turning point that changes everything that follows. And when you are ready for the next step in your journey, this space will be here waiting for you.